Hey, Ryan Michael Galloway here with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com, and we've been talking about music theory, very basic music theory for songwriters. So, we talked about so far the major scale. We talked about the relative minor scale. We talked about maintaining the same intervals even if you're moving to another key by throwing in a sharp or whatever we have to keep the order of intervals the same. Now I want to talk to you about chords. If you were to take the first, third, and fifth note of the scale, 1, 3, 5, that would be C, E, G. And I could play C, E, G in any order. This one, this one, this one, this one. It all makes a C major chord. Okay? If I were to move up to the D, the first, third, and fifth, based off of a tonic from the D, is a minor chord. And again, I can play it in any order, and it makes a D minor, an E minor, an F major, a G major, an A minor, something called a B diminished, and a C again. My point is, if I stay on the white keys, which means I'm staying in the key of C, then I've stayed in the key for all those chords. Okay? Now, if I were to throw in an F sharp, that would be going out of the key. Okay? So those folks that don't know whether they're staying in or out of the key, that's kind of what we mean. Whether or not you're doing the stuff that the normal Western ear expects to hear, or you're taking a little excursion outside those notes that everybody's typically used to hearing. So, a little reminder, if you play a C chord on a guitar, the only notes that will be played on that guitar are C, E, and G. If you play a G note on a G chord on a guitar, the only notes that will be played are G, B, and D. But you're saying, but I'm playing 6 notes. Well, if you analyzed all the notes in those crazy patterns that we play when we play guitar, if you analyzed all the notes, you'd realize all that you're getting are C's, E's, and G's for C, or G's, B's, and D's for the G chord. My point is it doesn't matter what order they come in. Now, the reason I wanted to show you on a piano is how simple it is to actually visualize. If I'd shown you on the guitar, you'd be even more confused right now than you were then. So anyway, that's a little bit about how chords are built. Now, I want you to notice something. We're back in the key of C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the white keys. Okay? If I were to build a chord on the first note, and build a chord on the fourth note, and on the fifth note, that song, if it contained those 3 chords, would be what you might have heard referred to as a 1-4-5 song, which would be a 50s tune, or a rock and roll tune, or sometimes a lot of country. And I can barely play in this position, but I'll try. That's your C, that's your 1 chord. 4 chord is back to the and the G. So, you were 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. It's a 1-4-5 song. So, whenever anybody refers to that song as a 1-4-5 song, what they're trying to tell you is that it's easy, it's simple, it's really straight ahead. Good musicians could get together and play on a song like that without even thinking about it. But you throw in an F sharp, now you have taken that excursion, that sound that does not happen to fit in with the key of C, and you've surprised your listener by going out of the key. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that you want to plan to do and not do by accident. So anyway, that's a little something to confuse you. Music theory for songwriters. It took us about 3 nights of a few minutes each to kind of establish with you, again, what a major key is, what a minor key is, relative minor key is, how chords are built, and then I suppose we go really crazy and talk about how you can do stuff on top of that too. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow night. I am Ryan Michael Galloway, and you're with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com.